Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. What did I just say? You saw your fan art, or my fan art, I should say, on the starting soon screen. How should I put it? My most prized possessions. But yes. Hello, welcome everyone. On whatever time of the day it is for you. On a happy Wednesday. Anyway. You're too sweet. Nah. I just think that because I have a starting soon screen. I think I showed it to you last time, right? You and Ari, when you guys wanted to expose my art. But I wanted to do something different. I just didn't know what. And then it hit me. Why not just showcase the fan art? And so that's exactly what I did. So any art drawn by me, I will showcase on the starting soon screen. Because, again, it is my most prized possession. And I need to show it off. I don't need to, but I want to. I'll polish them up so you can have better stuff than 2 a.m. whip. No, do not polish them. They're fine as they are. OMG, I'm green. Yes, you are green. You are green. By the way, did you see Lulu's stream earlier? Right? I was doing the same thing too, though. Tell me how I woke up earlier and I didn't get any notifications for anyone. And then I went back to sleep, right? Because I was running on like 26 hours of staying awake. And then the notification for you came up. So I was like, okay, let's watch Eri for like, I don't know, an hour. We watched him lost his mind and everything. And then after your stream ends, Lulu, it shows a notification saying that Lulu is streaming. So I clicked on the notification. It's like the video was streamed 3 hours ago. I was like, what the fuck? You know what? That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna watch Lulu stream. Hang on a second. Let me go into a chair. We're gonna open up Lulu stream. Where is it? Yes. We need to see what she's done. They open new tab. You'll never come by again. Okay. Alright. We shall spare you this one time. I will watch it though. Offline. How long is this? Only like 30 minutes though. But anyway. We need to figure out what we're gonna do. So I'm like eating at the moment. And talking. But we shall watch Luna stream soon. We will be there. I don't think you're safe. You're safe for now. But anyway, let's see. Because we're eating. You need to work so random cutoff. So what? Who cares? We all have scuff streams. Can I do a proper one tomorrow though? Okay. So I shall drink a whole lot of coffee so I can stay up, and then I can guarantee that I will be there. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's proper or not. I mean, have you seen my streams? and Erifu streams. They're horrendous. No, I shall stay up. My streams are amazing. No, they're not. They're pretty base and simple. They are subpar. And all Arifu does is like paint. I'm gonna start calling him Arifu Da Vinci. Yeah, that's gonna be your new nickname, Arifu Da Vinci. Oh, let's see. Let's go on YouTube. Wait, I was drinking water. What did I miss? You didn't miss anything yet. But Lulu is gonna stream tomorrow, so we gotta be there. Or I guess later today for you guys, right? No, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. No, tomorrow for me. Later today for you guys. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Damn it. This like this alternate timeline thing. It really messes with you every now and then. Where's my chaos symbol where I need it? Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Okay. Chaos control. Later today. She shall stream. There, I flatlined the timeline. Let's see. Let's say. Right. Go back to one. Did my hat. No, wrong one. There you go. Animated the hat. And take it off. Put it back on. Is it? A bit too low, but yeah. My black mage hat. It's awesome. Yes, as it is. Although I might take off the blinking and like maybe the eye movement, because I wear glasses, so it's not really tracking properly due to like reflections from light and that stuff. Hang on. Recalibrate the camera. Okay, yeah. What the fuck, that's awesome. What's the painter thingy? Harry and I have the thingy even though I have nothing enabled. That's just a badge, an artist badge. A lazy-eyed hat. No, its eye's supposed to be open, but it's because I set it to my eye, in particular my left eye. So whenever I blink, it blinks. And of course, like if I move my eyes, then it'll move its eyes. It kind of adds personality to it. Alright, I'll keep it then. But yeah, it's a temporary stamp on this one. It's like gonna make... it's like going to make a Maxine. And she'll be a witch. So... with a card captor or a Sailor Moon transformation animation. Oh my god. What a creation that's gonna be. Yep. Also, I'm eating, so excuse my... That's fine. I'm eating too. I guess let's watch something on... Let's see. Since Airy Food started the day with something scary, I don't know. Let's watch something scary. Oh my god. Okay. Let's watch Let's start spooked. Two more days before night rain. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's see here. Hang on. Let's do maximize window. Let's switch to that. Let's go net YouTube. There you go. Okay. You're gonna watch a chilling scare. Not chilling scare. You're gonna watch a Sir Spook. 13 scary videos not to fall asleep to.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks and today we'll take a look at 13 scary videos.
Let's see it.
Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. Over on the Paranormal Encounters subreddit, a user known as SageMan123
Maybe we should hold Arifu's hand, but let's see what we got here.
posted a video that showcases some extremely creepy goings-on that his friend took after moving into a new house. At the start of the video, the guy is talking to the camera and saying that his pet dog is laser focused on something in the distance that he cannot see. He proceeds to talk to the camera about how unsettling the whole situation is when out of nowhere, this happens.
You alright? I know. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I hear noises, but I'm not even sure.
Oh.
Are you f***ing kidding me right now?
Ooh. What was that?
After this happens, the guy is audibly shocked and also amazed at the whole situation. The uploader's friend
just finished your
continues to
screaming
record
session.
in silence for a while, before suddenly
Scream some
his
more.
pet dog begins barking very loudly at something in the house. Even after his attempts to try to calm him down, the dog continues to bark, clearly very angry at something. Then, this happens.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong?
Alright, I believe it.
Jackson.
Dogs, animals, they all have special intuition. They can see things we cannot. This is true. 100%. There's something there.
What's wrong? There's banging and stuff. The fuck?
Oh, alright. Alright.
Mysteriously, the door in the room slowly closes all by itself, while the dog continuously barks. Not much else is known about this video, but it's definitely quite eerie. The uploader says that his
Life
friend
runs on
moved
its
out
own
of that
schedule.
house shortly
So,
afterward, and it's hard to blame him.
Hang on.
While it's
Hang on,
easy
hang on,
to
hang on.
jump to paranormal conclusions,
Angel
there are
Engine?
of course more grounded possibilities like drag.
Angel, step 1.
What in the fuck
Exploit
is that?
Your planet's resources. Step 2. Exterminate the wildlife. Step 3. Watch your species fall into disarray. Step 4. You are now on the brink of extinction. Pray, pray, pray. Step 5. Watch the divine messenger descend onto your world.
This is like some kind of
Step 6. They want to help you use their
what's the thing?
kindness. Strap them into your angel engine. Step 7, siphon
Uh,
their energy. Perform miracles. Step 8, return your planet to its former glory. Profit.
How to find the angel engine. Step
you know what this
1,
reminds me of?
journey to the
Have you ever
homeland.
seen
Step 2,
the Mandela effect or whatever?
terrain for the
It's kind of like that.
thorns.
Like shit doesn't make sense,
3, step into
but it's like some kind of lore going on.
sight.
Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. I thought so.
4, look upon me, look upon me, look upon me. Release me, your wage will be
This is like some kind of like some kind of like mind fuck thing.
Is coming.
Do not let him in.
Do not be deceived.
He is not your friend.
He has no friends.
What the fuck is that?
He comes but to
I have no idea.
To lead you astray.
He will be here.
Apparently, it's how to catch an angel.
Find me.
Find me.
Find me. I will help you. Help me.
We ran every test in the book on this guy here, and the results are incredible. There doesn't seem to be a limit to his energy output. Meaning, if our current results are anything to go off of, we could power the whole world for millennia.
Listen carefully, all instructions, national security alert.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Me.
I am standing before you on this day as a man, a husband, a father, as your president, but most importantly, as a citizen of this country.
He. Miss. Not. From. Girl.
I will not sugarcoat our current situation. We are on the cusp of war.
Your. Spaces. Will. They.
This is not a test, this is not a joke. It is unfortunately the truth.
Your. See this? Will. Whoa.
As we speak, our enemies are readying their nuclear arsenal.
Net. Sky. Will. Burn.
What the fuck?
What? Another F? At this rate, I'll never get into a good college.
Don't be so sure about that, kid.
World-renowned scientist and
Nah, I'm
director of the
creeped
Miracle
out.
Machine Initiative, Dr. Jeff Ernstman.
Do you know what that reminded me of? This
What if
thing
I
here.
told you there was a way to get a
Where
great
is it?
education
That?
despite your bad grades?
That reminds me of. Have you ever seen? What's that anime? Fuck, is it Akira? That like he has some kind of special power and like he
That sounds
psychic power or
amazing.
whatever. He
What do I
absorbs
need to
things
It is really easy.
or something.
All you
I
have to
forgot
do
the
is head on
name.
over to angelengineinitiative.org and sign
And
up
you're
to
all
become a
alone right
volunteer.
now. Well, maybe we should get a jump
Thank you,
scare.
Dr. Ernstman. I'll go sign up right away.
No problem, kiddo. Go make our country proud.
Register now. Be a hero. Okay. Oh, is that supposed to be him?
Well, and there goes another test subject. Well, what can you do?
Parasite? Probably.
To survive in the Holy Land. Step 1. Pack enough supplies. There won't be any. Step 2. Do not let the forgotten find you. They do not take kindly to foreigners. Step
Okay.
3. Look at the sky. Your eyes, they will melt. He is here. Cover your eyes. Cover your ears. Do not stop. He will catch you.
I see you.
Do not listen. Do not believe. The deceiver cannot harm your soul. He would never allow it.
Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't
Out of context. Moving up and down again. There is no discharge.
moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching him. There's no discharge in the war. If your eyes stop, they will get the top of you. Boom, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war.
Okay. Oh wow. My humor is broken. There's no nutty.
This is the story of how
ads.
Drive can accelerate your business.
Go
growth.
away. Oh, that was the end of the video. Okay, that was good. That was good. Very good. That was funny. Alright. That was good. Everyone went nuts and discharged in the war. Okay. That was good. Good. We had our scare quota for the day. Alright, so what are we doing? Hang on. Do I have okay, just chatting. Cool. Alright. Let's go to Lulu's still here? Or did she get spooked? Did we scare my beloved daughter? Let me here. Then file. Was that supposed to be scary? That's my girl. See, Arifu, take notes. How do you have us two in the family that aren't scared of anything, but you are faint of heart? OBS. Let me see. Now I can do it here. So here. What is it? Window capture? Let's do open up Clip Studio. And let's move it to top. Select window. You gotta refresh. Clip Studio, okay. Oh. Okay. Let's bring up that's like it. Let's hide that. bring this window down. No. Oops. Can't do it here. Gotta move it. Let's go gaming. Window. Add existing window here. And let's bring it down so we can see. Okay, cool. That open. Alright. And let's do bring up chat so I can see. Change my stream to art. Is it? Did it? Okay. We'll change it to art then. Art. Done. Okay. Change to art. Open up Clip Studio. Okay, even though we're kind of not doing any art, but anyway, okay. So let's zoom in to the face. Right? Okay. So you asked about like lining and stuff earlier. Let me go down to head. Face. So like these are my 3 layers here. You can see it. So like I have, let me bring it up. Yeah, like there. So I have the skin, I have the underfill, and I have the shadow. So obviously the shadow is here. That's the underfill. As you can see. Because I don't have like, or I did have like the black line art, but I changed it to this to match my skin tone a bit. And then I have the face, obviously. And I do have, take off the skin. No. So let's do eyes. Let's do right eye. So it's line art, yeah. But when I save it to, so let me open up. How do I see? Do I see the layers? I can't find that window. It should be here, right? Your menu, and then you should show, right? Show layer. So like the 3 bars here on this side, or I guess you can go to what is it? View, and then is it? Let me see. Or window. Layer property, I guess. That would do it. One of the two. I don't know. Mine is on by default, so. Or layer settings. Yeah. So show layer. There you go. I think you could also do so like if you go to what is it? Is it O operation and then select layer and then like I guess let's select this. It should automatically open it up too in default. And then it should show you whatever you're clicking on. Sorry, Aries educational stream, but I came mine. No. Either way, you both are gonna learn something, I guess, if I can teach it. But going back to sort of the eyes, when Everyfield was doing his eyes. So usually like I have these are my layers. So I have like the upper lash. I have the edge, but you can well my hair is blocking it. Take it off. Okay, so like the edge right there, which is a side lash. I have the bottom lash there. I have an upper eyelid, as you can see, which is that. It's lash low, upper. I have another one at the bottom. You can't see it. You can barely see it. Let me take off lower. That's not it. Yeah, there you go. Fit right there. I have the eyeshadow, the eye shine, which is basically this. That's the coloring, the pupil. So let me take off. Where's my layer? Lay lines. Take that off. Zoom in, and let's go to. Are the shadows and iris in one layer? No, the shadows are in separate layers. So that's the shadow layer right there, as you can see. And the iris. So let me see. Where's my pupil? Here's my pupil right there in the center. That's the shadow. There we go. That's the pupil. This is the iris, so the outer color. Right. The limbo ring that you see here, I think that's what you call it. Because there's the pupil, the iris, which is the next layer, the limbo ring, which is like the edge of the iris. That's in one layer with my iris. Then I have an underfill, which is basically the outline to the eye. And I have the sclera, right? And then that's about it. That's basically all of my eye layers. So when you go to live 2D, you could merge some of them because it's all going to be traveling. So let's go into, let's open up Dark Mage Knight. Let's change the studio to live 2D. If it opens, wait for it to load. Should the underfill be solid or can it be a line art that's hollow? So it depends. Mine is solid. Just in case, like, because you know when you move, right? If you move, you have to move the line art as well. So let me hold on. Let me go into. Why isn't it showing? Hang on. Back to gaming. Who followed? Tricks Oddly. Hello, Tricks Oddly. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. How are you, friend? Live 2D. Okay. So when you go to like live 2D, right? Let's use my face for an example. So right here, the shadow. This one I only have as the outline, right? But whenever I move my head, you see like how the shadow, like the line art, follows the outline of the head. So it's really gonna depend on what you want to do. You don't have to make it like fully solid, or you don't have to like fully color it in. You could just make it like wide enough. So let's go back to Clip Studio and let's zoom out. Oh, select layer. Where is my cursor? Right here. So underfill, scale. See, that's my underfill. So before I just had it like oval shape. So like if I erase the center, it would just be the ring. But every time you move your head, you need to like uh you need to like move it with the face. Same thing for like the hair outline. So I think my hairline art is merged. Bang center. No, it's not. Yeah, so these are all separate. Let's move it, put it over here. Then let's take this. Take that. Which you can't see because it's clipped on. That's the shading, unclip this as well. And that's more shading. So that would be the shading to give it, you know, the coloring. And then here is like where I faded the lines. So like as you would see like here to give it the effect. So I only have like a maximum of like 3 layers per bang or whatever, but it really depends. You could merge it. But if you want like, I don't know, dynamic lighting on your stuff, then it would be something like that. If that makes sense. But yeah, I have it clipped. So if we were to go back to Live 2D and we were to take that object there, if you look to this side, okay, it's not clipped here. Hang on. Where is that? But yeah, no. Okay, yeah, you see? I don't have it at all. I merged it into one. So what is that? That is the bang center. So that's this one. Yeah, see? I don't have it. It's only this. So whenever, let's hide it. Whenever I move it or, you know, deform it with the warp deformer, it's just gonna follow it. So I'm not going too crazy with like dynamic lighting. Right. So you don't have to make like, you know, since your art is a little complicated, you don't have to make like 12 billion, you know, layers. You could just add the layer. You could merge it or clip it, and then you can just use the deformer. Take out the box and warp it as you need to, just like that. So again, that brings up like, I guess what you said last time about when you were watching the tutorial vid that you can only have X amount of clipped layers or whatever. That I'm not completely sure about. I mean, I don't have as many, so it's still, I guess Rookaday would be a perfect example. Actually, no. Uh, hang on. Let me go to Armor Fog. Yeah, so I don't know if you can have. Let's try it and see. We'll clip it to everything. Hang on. Yeah, and then it's the fog, right? Yeah, I think it's fine. You could have as many clip layers as you need to. It's really this one though, the warp deformer. If you're doing like if you're on the free trial, number one, you're not gonna have access to uh the higher quality. Hang on, let me undo everything. Just so keep things organized. Okay. Yeah, so it's really the deformers that you have a limit on. So like on this side, you see like all the green ones. These are all the warp deformers. I'm on the premium, so you know, I buy it when I need to work on something. But if you're on the free trial, you have a certain amount of these that you can use. So if we were to go back to hair, you could see that I use the path deformers, which is what these lines are. And then I set it to a parameter here for like when I move my hair. You could do it with warp. This one is the easier way. At least I find it. You could also do it with like warp deformers, but you know, it's a lot more simple with this one. Whenever, you know, I move my head, you see my hair move. Let me take off my hat. And then like that. You see it move a little bit here and there. Or go to physics settings. It's better. So like see? Like that. Yeah. You remember that bit? Yep. Just like that. But well actually you can't even see the window. Uh Well, yeah, I forgot it opens up another window, but whatever, you get the picture. This when she L'Oreal princess over here. Goddamn. And soon, soon, when vaccine gets made, very soon, I'll have much more luscious locks, I guess. So you don't use physics, just parameters? No, I have physics kind of autos, right? No, you have to actually set the physics. So if I go here, physics settings, hang on. Gotta change, go back, physics settings. Okay, there's the window. Make it larger. So you have to set up your individual physics settings. Like you go here, and I could import mine because I have them in my folder. But basically, you know, you would go to here. Where is it? Wouldn't it? Or is it output setting? Oh, yeah. So you add them, you click add, then you add your parameter, whatever it is, to your physics settings. And then that will determine, you know, whenever you move it, as you see, like the line over here, and it's how it's reacting, you know, what moves, the strength, the movement, the output strength of how everything, you know, how loose or how rigid you're going to be. All of it is set here. You just add your parameters to whatever the setting is, and go back to oh my fucking yeah. it it's a headache, let me tell you. But you would set up well, you would set up mainly for the hair and the body, because those are the two that really utilize not any of my animation toggles, but just for the head, the body, the eyes, and so on. Like if you want jiggles and stuff like that. So let me go to eyeball and browse. No, let's toggle this one. Brow, hair, mouth. Okay, let's do that. So you would set it, you know, you would set it as such. Eye smile, no, it's cheek, right? That you would set in physics. Jiggles, you would set in physics. All of that you have to set so it could come out in live 2D. And I haven't done eye rigging or mouth. Eye rigging is kind of, it's not that difficult really. You know, just moving. Well, hold on, that's open and close. There we go, this one. Eyeball X and Y. It's just really moving it. How do you do your toggles? So reset. Let's minimize, collect these. My toggles. So I set the toggles here on the parameters itself. I don't have to do anything for these. So like when I open Live 2D and I set the parameter, it's just gonna do it. So as you remember, let's go 2. And let's go to, where is it? Can't see it. YouTube Studio. Okay. So let's do it this way then. I'll minimize, go up, minimize, about so. Right? So like as you know, when I set my armor, you see the animation, same thing for disc and shield. So I set that here in the parameters. So there's two ways to do animation, right? You can either go to modeling, animation, and you know, you bring the file over, make a SDK Unity, and then you can import your animation dark. We'll do rookie and that. What is it? Shift Alt. Zoom back in. Bring my head down. Zoom in a little more. You open that. So you can do it like this. You do it in the parameters by triggering multiple parameters, and then it's just going to come in like that. Let's hit play. Provided you set it in. Or you can do it this way to close that. No. Come back in. You could do it this way where you can just play with the opacity. So as I was telling you earlier, let's go to select. And let's go to black feather shield. And okay, so right here, the opacity, as you can see. And then as it goes in the animation, like the fog will come in. You don't see the shield yet, but when it gets to like right here is where you see it. See how the animation just drops up, like shoots up to 100. Then I move it with the warp deformer. Take off. Where is that? Shield. Back away. So I move it with the warp deformer, and then I tilt it and rotate it. And then just like that. And that's how I do that, which only takes like about 15 minutes. And I have it move my body, so whenever I turn... Did I do it here? Yeah, kinda. It's a bit stiff, so I'm not turning too much. But when you go to like VTube Studio and you play with the output parameter for the model, then, you know, you'll get more movements. You could also do it in the physics settings as well. And, you know, increase the strength there for your body angles. But for me, it's fine, so it's okay. It's like I read as a toggle in VTube Studio, or do you have to set it up using the expressions? So you set it up using the expressions. So, okay, let me go to Clip Studio. No, that's not it. Where is my VTube Studio window? Yeah, there it is. Okay. You go to settings here, expression editor. So mine is set right here already. But you go ahead into expressions, create a new expression, select, you enter your name, SHIELD, and then you look for wherever it is. So where is my BF shield? Right here. Then you set it the opacity. And then that's how you'll get the animation that you see me do. The same thing for like my armor as well. So armor form, and then the downside is that you can't really time it very well. There's going to be a whole lot of back and forth because, you know, you gotta do it in cancel. And so you gotta do it in live 2D. So let's go back to live 2D. And let's minimize YouTube Studio. You have to do it here and try and space out the animations. So like mine is only between 0 and 1 second. So that's how everything resets to default. Zoom in. So that's why it's a bit faster. But like if you have like, I don't know, let's say like it takes like 10 seconds or whatever, then the animation will be a lot slower. It's a lot of back and forth to do that. But for me, I'm kind of lazy, so I was just like, fuck it. But yeah, that's how I do my animations. So the only thing I would say is that when you do your animations, be mindful of whichever one you want to have active. Because if we go back to YouTube Studio, if it shows YouTube Studio, VTube Studio, can you show already? Why isn't it showing? VTube Studio. Why isn't VTube Studio showing? Okay, it's being difficult. VTube Studio doesn't want to show. But when you do in VTube Studio, as I showed you with as I showed you with Umbreon, so 3. So like whenever I switch to the 3, yeah. You see how like I just switched to with the Pokeball and everything, and the flash and Rookidee's flying. All of that is an animation, and Rookidee himself is an idle match an animation because I have him set to. If I can zoom in, like you see how he's blinking. That's an idle animation, but I'm not. So what's gonna happen is that you'll have conflicting idle animations. So you kind of want to figure out. I might do it for Umbreon too, but it's kind of growing on me. But like you might have to figure out which animation you want because when you set it, let me do it. Hang on, bring VTube Studio up there. And Studio. VTube Studio. Hang on. It's not showing. Okay, but anyway, when you go to set your expression parameter, right? You see how it says set animation, you go into the setting, and then it says for the animation, stop at last frame. So that's gonna be what's conflicting with a lot of the animation. So you can only show like one at a time because it's going to save whatever you have going on as continuous is going to save as an idle animation. Right? So Rickety's an idle animation, but if I switch to, let's say if I want to go shiny, right? But I want to get rid of Rookidee himself. So go away. You see how it automatically turns me yellow? That's a conflicting animation. So it's gonna like reset and rewrite, and it's gonna be a little difficult. But that's what I'm trying to get at though. That's why I had to set my armor. Oh, wrong one. So that's why I had to set my armor. And whenever Rookidee would come in, my armor would despawn. I can't have one or the other. So I set it in live 2D on the parameter, and that fixed the issue. Now, where the hell is live 2D? Clip Studio. Ugh, Windows are giving me a hard time. Live 2D. Okay. So that's why I set it here. It's a bit faster, but it allows me to have Rookidee and my animation as well. So yeah, that's the gist of it. So I need to make another animation with Shiny. Yeah, so let me go to my Umbreon file. Save, close. Loading, loading, loading. Close. So, where is it? Shiny. Okay, so it's right here. That's my shiny. So, like with the armor, I set the opacity. So select. Let's do the ring. See how it's set to 0 for the shiny, and then it goes 0, and then to 100. That's basically how it goes for me. But because I have this animated, so like if you were to go to modeling, form animation, bring Umbreon over, SDK, import Umbreon VTS, shiny, okay. Bring down the parameters, and let's see if we can. Hang on, I'm gonna hide the chat phone so you can see. Okay, so like this is the entirety of my Umbreon animation. Right, all of that. Right, yeah, like that. All of this is the entirety of the Umbreon animation. So if I were to go, bring down, zoom in, bring that down. But how I have it here, okay, you see, rookie spawn, it shows him. This is the reason why it's conflicting and why I keep changing back to default, is because I have him set at 0. Right? And then, I have him animated flapping. All of that becomes an idle animation, which is the issue here with Umbreon. That's why I can't have, like, by myself, Umbreon is shiny or not. Rookie D has to always be in unless I take him out. But I'm too lazy to, like, toggle him otherwise. But I set go back. I have both well, I actually have it on 1. The default is here and the shiny is this one. I had it on 2 before, but there was no need for that. I just adjust the opacity and that does it. But like it will go like this, then the luxury ball will come in, and then where is it? This is the flash. If you can see it there. And then, the stars would all come in one by one at random though in the animation. And then that's basically how that is. So just putting your animation your toggles all here, put it in the animation, or you could do it all in one, like I did for the armor. Yep, yep, yep. Now I'm having those 25-second power naps because your voice is so nice. but but yeah, that's how I animate my stuff and how it's done. So if you were to ever go down this route, you would have to, especially like if you're gonna do it here, you definitely would need to not only number 1 label your parameters, your layers and whatnot, but you would need to like, at least in your case, you'd probably have to like merge because you make like 5 billion type of layers to get like the rendering and everything. So I could only imagine how hard and of a headache is gonna be for you, Mr. Erifudo Da Vinci. But yeah, that's basically animation in itself. Now, of course, obviously it's going to be different. So like if you're doing an animation, for your model, you don't need to worry so much about the canvas size because this is just going to be ported into Live 2D, and obviously everything else is just going to, it's going to show. So like if I was to go back to casual, bring that in, and I were to go here and turn on my hat, See like how it's clipping out? You don't need to worry about it because it's just gonna show anyway. However, if you are doing like a regular animation, you will have to keep in mind that it needs to be done inside the canvas or else it's going to clip, obviously. So like my starting soon screen, because it's an animation, everything was done within so and so, right? Within the canvas. But so it's like a camera then only for like video animations. Yeah. And then when it comes to, again, the head angles and everything, when you have it here. Oh, speaking of, right? Let me go to, what is it? Angle Z, face, hair shadow, no. Okay. So, see this here? My skin? This is basically my face or whatever. So what's gonna happen is you need to, well, I'm gonna have you in the background because I'm not getting shit. My Lulu. If only I could hug you and have a good learning session, Ari. Alright, Lulu, get some rest. Get some rest, and I shall stay up and await your stream. Sensei Max. I should grow a beard until a witch hat. I'll be a wizard. But, or I'll make a classroom setting. But okay, sleep well, Lulu. Get some rest and prepare for your stream, so me and Papa can visit you and watch. But you see how the face here, right? This is my face, and what I did was I added another, like I copy another the same layer, I duplicated it here, right? You want to be mindful of when you duplicate things. So like you see how you have so many layers in Clip Studio, and when you save it in like in a PSD form, it's all gonna show here and everything. Try not to have too many layers because you're going to have to put it in the texture atlas, and you don't want to have like 5 billion texture atlas pages, right? Because then it might cause your model to lag and whatnot. So like try and condense it down as much as possible. When it comes to like shading outlines, you're gonna see that a lot of the times you're not even going to use some of your rendering aspects. Would also be really hard to find. True. I mean, you could search it, but uh the reason why is you can cut down on some of your rendering. So like if I were to move my eyes, you see like everything is clipped together. Hang on. Cursor, my pupil. So like all of this, like my let me do the animation. There you go. Like all of this is clipped to the sclera. The entirety of the eye is clipped to the sclera. Right? But like when you move it, you would see like some of the like the shining. Oh, it's better to see here, I guess. Like the shining, you don't really need to focus much on, and so on. The eyeshadow is gonna move whenever you do like the warp deformer for your eyelet, blah, your upper eyelash. So cursor, lash up, and of course you have to edit these individually with path deformers. So whenever you close your eyes, see, and open, the same thing for the bottom and the same thing for the side. And the same thing is going to happen with the mouth as well, whenever you're doing your angles. So mouth, path deformer. And then, you know, I mean, mine, I only have 3. Mine is simple. I'm not going too crazy. But whenever you want to do like frowns and stuff, all of that is done with or at least I do it with the path deformer. So it's a lot easy for you, or easy for me, I should say. It might be easy for you too. Better than the warp deformer. But anyway, going back to as I was saying earlier, you don't want to have so many layers because it's going to be meaningless at some point. Or I guess as I showed you with the hair, right? With the head angle. You could just, again, you'll warp deform everything. Layer, cursor, hair bang, and move to here. And you deform it as you need to. You usually merge in Live 2D your clip. You can't merge in Live 2D, so you have to clip it to what you need to have. So go here, people, see, like the clipping ID. So you would take the base, which 224. Okay, yeah, so that's my sclera. So like for the entire eye, you clip all of it onto the sclera, and that way it won't like, the eye won't go out and so on. Oh, and by the way, you do need when you're doing your eye, you need what do you call it? The eyelid, the skin. Where is it? Do I have it? Okay, I have it somewhere, but I have eyelids for the skin. So like whenever you close your eye, because obviously when you you close it, or maybe I can show it here. Showing. Okay, well, you get the picture, right? When you close it, it's gonna show the sclera in the eye. So you need to have like another layer, so that way you could bring it down with the eye and shape it as you need. Get a upper one and a lower one, right? Because obviously when you go in the other direction, like when you do your cheek and whatever, you're gonna bring the entirety, both of them, up and down. Like an extra color to the eye to cover the eyeball. Well, no, you just need to have like a round shape. Once you have a round shape, go here, Clip Studio, minimize that, minimize that. Press O, select layer. Is this it? No, that's the skin. Where is people shine bottom, eyelid upper? There you go. So that's mine. Actually no, that's not it. Is it? No, I think that is. Yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, you just need to like have like a layer there right above the eye. So when you close your eye, it'll come down just like that. And the same thing will be for the bottom one. So, okay, yeah, I do have both of them. Control, move. There you go. Something like that. You can have a circle, you can have whatever. You just need to make sure to bring it down because when you bring it into Live 2D, what you're basically going to do is just deform it with the vertices. So like these white things here. Like that. See it? That's my bottom eyelid. You just deform it by doing that and bringing it in as you go along. Just make sure you have it in your parameter. So let's do Control Z, set back to default. Let's use the white again and you see like how these are green and whatever, you want to make sure you set it to whatever, like add the parameter and make sure it's green, and then you want to warp it. Obviously, you're going to do it for the warp deformer, but you know, just letting you know that so you don't miss out. Because if you do it via like the vertices, right, what's going to happen is that whenever you move or whatever, it's always going to stay in place, right? The white vertices are going to be like permanent. So that's why you want to set it into your warp deformer, and then you want to make sure you have the glowy dots here, for lack of a better term. But yeah, that's basically how that's gonna be. Like I can give you uh eh, eh, physics settings. Okay, let's move that a bit. Let's hide me for a second. And you can just copy my physics settings if you want. That'll just get you started to whatever you need to have. So like this is my head angle, right? This is my output, the scale and everything. You want to make sure you want to add everything as you go along. For the eye jiggle, if you want to have that, the input settings are here. Right, make sure it's set to position and type. And then the output settings are here. Right, so when you zoom in and you go to eye open, see how it's jiggling. You want where is my head angle? That's my head. Output settings. And then for the input and the output settings, scale. That's for head angle X. My angle Y, input settings. And output settings. And head angle Z, I don't really rely on too much. Angle Z is basically the turn to left and right. So where is it? Here we go. That's the head angle Z. So if you decide to go that route, you don't have to. You could just do X and Y. But like if you want to be more lifelike, then yeah, go ahead. But in any case, that's head angle Z, input and output. And then for the hair, reset the default. This is my hair settings. So input settings. Hair is on the head angle. And position. The Y is at angle and the Z is at position. There are your parameters, the pendulum settings, and then the output settings for the hair. So you know, you could have flowing, luscious locks. Now, again, if it's not going well enough for you, like your hair is like not moving as much as you want it to, or it's too, you know, it's too loose, for lack of a better term, you could always reset the output. Well, reset the output here, and then you can decrease or increase as much as you need to, or you can manually type it in and go from there. Your hair is a bit shorter, but if you want it to be like, you know, flowing and whatnot, or more rigid, depending on whatever it is. So like your back hair, that's my back hair at the back. I don't have it set moving too much. But should you ever decide you want to have that, then that's it. But those are my physics settings. Got the SS, yeah. I'll post the video on YouTube, just in case. And I'll leave. Obviously, it's gonna be posted to Twitch as well. But in the off chance that, you know, you need me to talk about it again, I'll put it on YouTube and you can have it there. And so I think that's really basically it. Label your layers, set up the deformers for them, like group them all in one, hair, XY, and then, group all of your hairs and so on. You can chill on the shadows. And all right, duplication. I went into it, but I forgot. So duplication, you don't want to duplicate it on um on fuck, brain fart. You don't want to duplicate it on Clip Studio Paint. What you want to do is, because if you do that, it's gonna add as an extra item on your your inventory here. But why the hell is the screen like size up? Hang on a second. Let me fix this. And shift, bring it in. Okay, there you go. You don't want to duplicate it in your Clip Studio because you're gonna have extra shit in your inventory, unnecessary stuff. So what you want to do is you want to take it here in your inventory in Live 2D, and you want to copy, and then you want to paste it so you can have your extra item. Obviously, you need to rename it here. So like when you click on it, you can do it like that. And then we'll just put X, and as you can see, so you could differentiate. But you want to do it there because when it's time for you to do your texture atlas, it's not going to save both of the items, right? It's going to register as the singular item there. So I did the closed wing, which is basically this one, right? No, it's the other one, but it's gonna register as this. So you save on your texture atlas rather than having like 5,000 different of the same one. And right, so I got into it earlier, but again, I'm like all over the place. But for the face, what is it? Ear, skin, so ear clip. I basically have the ear clip, which is basically my skin, my face skin. I have the face skin glued to the ear clip. So when you were asking me about like, when you move your head, how do I do my ears? What happens is if I can, where is my hair? It's not showing. Cursor, hair bang, do that, take that, hair bang, hide it, take that, hide it, take that, hair bang two, no, is that? And that one. Okay, so you see you have my face layer, and then underneath this layer is the ear clip layer. So I have it glued to the secondary skin that I duplicated inside Live 2D. So this is what all the yellow dots are. It shows that it's glued in. And then whenever you turn your head, you want to invert the ear clip. I think no. Is it the ear clip or is the ear itself? Let me see. Go to ears. Ear R. Okay, you want to invert the ear itself. And you want to clip it to the skin too, which is the ear clip, I believe, right? Yeah. So that's the ID. So you want to clip it to the ear clip. And then when you move, what's going to happen is it's going to go like it's sinking in whenever I turn my head. And the other one is coming out. That's what that's doing. So that's how you can give the illusion that, your ear is like moving in 3-dimensional. That's how that is. It's a PSD file that gets imported. Yeah, you want to save it as a PSD, and it, for you, when you import it, it's going to be a walking nightmare, because even though you have the layers clipped in Clip Studio Paint, it's not going to clip in Live 2D. Just so you know. So you're gonna have to reclip everything, which is another reason why. Yeah, that's another reason why, just saying that you should probably merge some of your layers or limit them down, because it's going to be an absolute mess. But once you get past that part, everything else, like the hurdle, is really going to be easy. But that pretty much, I think that pretty much does it. Right? Unless there's something specific you want to know that I can explain properly, since we're here. Or if there's something you want me to show you or something. No, you're good? Alright. Oh, that is the Scuff Live 2D clip tutorial for what it is and what it's worth. You go to Google or whatever. Yeah. You could, what is it? Because when I first did it, I watched a video on YouTube. I forgot who the person was. Having someone explain it once. Oh yeah, if you ever need help, and I remember how to do it, I'll help you, and I'll show you what you can do. Again, for whatever my knowledge is, or for what it's worth. But yeah, that's basically it. You wanna throw it in, clip everything, set your parameters. I gave you my physics settings, so you can just speed roll that and then adjust it later on whenever you need to. You want to separate your parameters. So you are going to be using, you're not going to be utilizing eye smile, right? You're going to be utilizing your cheek instead to give it, like when you're smiling and whatnot. Jiggles, you're going to set here on your parameters, your eyeball and your eyeball open. You're not going to use smile at all. So you can just go ahead and delete that. For the head angles, well, as you can see, obviously, you're using the head angles all the way. For the body input, there are going to be multiple angles here. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure if I added this, but you're going to be using your body X, right? To go ahead and, move your body and whatever. You're not really going to be using body Y or Z or angle X and Y. I think, well, actually you will be. So if this is not here, add your angle X, Y, and Z, right? And then you could put that in your parameters, but body Y and Z you don't really need to use unless you're going to zoom in, move up and down and whatnot. You don't really have to, but X is fine. Accessories I made, toggles I made, the brows. Obviously you're going to be using everyone because the forms and then, raising or whatever, this is not going to show very well. If you have well, depending on your camera, right? I'm using an iPhone to whatever for VTube. Your hair angles, you're not going to be using hair X. You're going to be using this one, hair dash X and hair X dash 2. These two. Moving Y and Z. If again, so if you were to look down in your head angle and you want to adjust how your hair moves, so it'll fan out and then come back in or whatever, or if you want to look up. I don't do it. it's not really whatever. But if you're going to do that, then that's what that's for. And then the mouth, you not really going to use breath a lot. I believe you can set this in live 2D. Not live 2D. We are in live 2D. VTube Studio, where it has like an auto breathing thing. But I guess you can set it. I guess you can set it here. And mouth form, obviously, you're going to be using. And I think everything else, provided you have it drawn and whatever. So I think VTube Studio has like blushes and whatnot. If you want to do that, I'm not sure if you have to draw it. I think it's an asset there already. How do I do the mouth? So go to here, click that, select, show the layers. So when you draw the mouth, you want to have your lips. So let me say, hide that. And let's go ahead and open the mouth. So you want to have your lips. You want to have the upper lip, the lower lip. Obviously, you want to have the inside of the mouth. So like the tongue, the teeth, and and so on. You want to have the upper teeth. You want to have the lower teeth, the inner mouth, which is the background. You want to have your tongue. I don't have, well, you know, I don't do any type of NSFW with my tongue. So if you want to have it sticking out or whatever, you could do that. The back teeth is all one layer. Bottom teeth. Well, the option is there. Should you decide to go ahead and do that. You want to have your lips, so similar to with the eyes, right? Because when you open and close your mouth, the lips are only going to be like the singular line. So you want to cover it up. Right? Yeah, there you go. So I guess that's the perfect example. Those are my lips, upper and bottom, because again, you could see, right? How I show everything. And then again, you want to, or at least you want to use your path deformers. That's the vertice. No, that is the path deformer. Yeah, you want to use your path deformers, set the line, and then you want to angle it as you need to give off the effect. And I only have 0, 0.5, and 1. I don't have complicated mouth charts. So, let me see. Go to reference, screenshot. Or, I mean, you could just Google it. And that would just save you. That would just save you time. Not YouTube. Google. Open that. Go here. One. Is it? Oh, I mean, you get the picture, right? Just go on Google. You can go on Google and set the bleh, I was about to say set the stream. Set your mouth stuff and whatnot. And that should be for that. Put this in one window. And you can get like a whole bunch of mouth charts and whatnot. VTube. Okay. image. Yeah. There's a, oh, this is the person that I saw. What's her name? What's her name? Let's go. YouTube.
You know Harbor Freight for affordability.
Yeah, it's
Durability
Chupuko.
goes right
Okay.
along with it. You see,
Yeah. Yeah, this is her. Okay. This is who I saw when I first did my model. Chupuko. Control copy. Control V. There you go. That's the link. Watch her playlist. Give it a thumb. Yeah, this is the one. See? Thumbs up. Give her a thumbs up too. Support her. She's good. But I watched her when I did my video. Did my model. And she explains things simply. More concise than me. But yeah, that's that. But going back, you know, you could get the chart here and so on and so forth, right, from Pinterest and whatnot. Find the simple one, find the complicated one, doesn't matter. And then you can go ahead and do what you want to do. Like the live 2D. I think I watched this vid like when I was doing my first model, but the model didn't have a mount, so I skipped this. But yeah, she's good. I thank her for helping me understand live live 2D. Definitely recommend watching her as since she has more experience. I also learned how to do the toggle with her for like the outfit. So for my first model, on this one, bring it up and like that. So this one is just opacity and it just flaps over one to the other. That's how I learned to do the multiple outfits and stuff. But yeah. And then from there, like, you know, as you get a grasp from it, you can go ahead and do your own thing, which is basically what I did. That's how I said that, you know, it only takes you about like 15 minutes, or it took me about 15 minutes to do the animation for my armor and my shield by setting it on the parameters, because I kind of already have a base idea. And the animation, I kind of have some experience already. Not like, you know, professional, but I've done video editing before and manipulating keyframes and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's how I do. Going back, because we digress a lot. Going back to on topic, that is how you do the mouth. You have your individual layers, so upper, the lines, and that's it, and the inside of the mouth, and that's basically it. The ears are kind of the same thing. So I just have everything on my ear is one layer. I merged all of it. So there's no need for shadows or any rendering or whatever. Put it all on one layer, and then that's about it. And then any accessories, like my earrings and whatnot, these don't move. Well, actually, this does. These don't. But have the ear on one layer, everything on one layer, and that should be fine for you. Good enough. So merge the ears. Set to default. What else have you got that I can answer? To make my hair visible again. There you go. Reset the default. Toggles. Reset the default. Okay. Hey. Alright, Thanks, Mr. X. No problem. I mean, again, if anything, just let me know. Just, hit me up in Discord or whatever, and I'll show you, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, that's basically it. And any accessories you just want to put on your toggles if you have it, or if you want to do it, and just set the opacity. And so on and so forth, right? Just be mindful that when you're setting up, multiple items on different toggles. So like let's say whenever I switch to my casual, okay, I'm naked. Not what I wanted to show. The alt outfit. There you go. This is the first model. I don't have actually I could do it here. Yeah. I think I'll do it here. Maybe later. I'll put this on this and then have it so on and then put it to 0. And so on. Yeah, yeah. But when you set items, more than one item on more than one parameter, you're going to have like conflicting issues. So that's one thing you need to watch out for. So like on my dark mage model, where is dark mage knight? Open this. So on the dark mage model, like after my armor sets up, like if I were to go like on Yu-Gi-Oh and whatever, and I have my dual disc and so on, there was a problem with like my gauntlet on this side. Sometimes it would show up. So like let's just pretend like this is a whole image. So you would see my arm and the disc and the gauntlet would be there. That's because I had it on one too many parameters, so it gave like a conflicting issue. So actually I had two, I think. I duplicated it. But you want to make sure you try to keep it concise, and that way, if something you want to get rid of specific something and add something else, you could just do it with the opacity. Because if you have, oh, actually no, it's because of the animation. So because the armor was an animation and it stopped on the last frame, even if I did this, the gauntlet would still show. So that's the other reason why I did it here. In that way, you could see it there because of the hidden inverted mask one, which I can probably get rid of. But that's one of the issues. So watch out for that as well when you're doing your animation toggles and whatnot. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? I think really that's about it. Not sure, because you're still drawing your model. So honestly, at this point in the stage, I would just say to keep everything, merge whatever you can merge. Like try to visualize it in when you move something, or like when you're moving your model, what exactly is going to be like moving with it. So like the line art and stuff, like you could have whatever, or you could just merge the layer in Clip Studio that when you bring it over, and then when you want to toggle your body, because this is 3 layers, right? This is the outline, the underfill, and the skin itself. And see like how it's not moving too much, but like all of it is just moving. Which is why I say, sometimes you could just merge it that way. Unless again you want to have dynamic lighting with like shadows and whatnot. But that's up to you. For me, I don't really care. So try to merge as many layers as possible as you can, because it's just gonna be kind of irrelevant for some of the things that you do. And that looks a little off. Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. But yeah. I think that's really about it, all things considered. Yeah, I think that's about it. Showed you how I do my animations in both ways. And yeah, I think that's it, really, all things considered. And then, since I'm here, put on the witch hat. And I think there was something I noticed. Was it the side? Or was it the side? No, I must have been seeing things then. Okay, but anyway, so after you, that's why I'll take my time drawing since if I don't do it properly, I'll have a hard time on it later. Well, I would say for now, because I was just like you when I first did my model, because in the video, the person I just showed you, she says to like, have like all different layers and, to try and, you know, whatever, right? Because you're going to group them all into one. But to me, because you group all of them into one, it doesn't really make it relevant to have so many different layers. I mean, starting out, yeah, but so really you just want to have like a lot of your layers for like the things that would actually be moving. So like the eyes, obviously, the mouth, the hair, it'll all be like one layer. But like the things you expect to move are the things that are actually going to be in multiple layers rather than, having like a billion others. Because when you put in the warp deformer, everything is just gonna move with it. So that's my thing. But again, I would say to just do everything in a separate layer. And then as you, save it to the PSD and upload it, and you clip everything in your inventory here. Uh Once you start moving everything and after you group it up, obviously, have everyone grouped in its own warp deformer for like the hair, nose, face, whatever. As you go ahead and warp it and move, then you can go back after you finish rigging your model, go back and into the clip studio, merge all of the things that you haven't seen moving too much or you think that won't matter too much. Then what you can do is once you save the new PSD. Once you save the new PSD, you can bring it back in live 2D. And obviously everything is going to be, a mess again and you have to reclip everything. But at least the hard part is done because after that point, what you can do is just take all of the items that you have here that you're newly created or whatever, and then you can just copy them from the PSTD, paste them here, and then you can reorganize everything here, right? So over here is where you do your organization. So like what layers on top of another, and what layers clipped and whatever. Over here, finding out what's on top of each other doesn't really matter. This is only for the grouping and for like moving things around, right? So like here, it'll be pupil, like for eyes, pupil, iris, sclera, and then, everything else. And then like the eyelash on top of that and so on. Over here, you just group them together. But that's that. And that will just save you a whole bunch of time because everything is already done. You can use the same parameters and everything. So draw it out, then put it here, rig it, see how it looks like, export it, file, export for runtime, and then export as MCO3 file. Oh, but before you do that, I forgot. Generate your texture atlas. It's not gonna do it for you. Make sure you, before you export, if this can go away, go away, go away, close, close. press when you go to Live 2D, after you finish everything, before you export it, press T. And what's going to happen is it's going to show you your texture atlas, right? Everything that's in your texture atlas. So as you can see here, my chain is not here because I have an extra one for the back. I don't use it. But it's going to show you whatever is not in your texture atlas. And whatever is glowing red is not going to show up in VTube Studio. So make sure you press T. Go in your texture atlas. That's the chain right there. I don't use it, so I can get rid of it. And you basically want to press Control All or click whatever you want to have. You want to right click, place in selected texture atlas. So place object. Where is it? Ready to go. Is it here? Did it go to another one? Okay, well, the point is, once you place it in, it's going to show up somewhere. You want to do an automatic layout, and then you want to have the margin to 15, right? You do a mesh layout. You want to also, when you press OK, I think it's when you press OK. No, if you press OK. So I think it's after you put it in, right? There's going to be an option, and it's going to be like a scale or something, and you want to set it to like 100% so it can keep the quality of whatever you're doing, of your art and so on. Because if you put it like at a different scale, for the do it for the most complicated ones. So like your hair, for example, because your hair is like, again, it's like a Da Vinci painting. You want to set the scale to like 100, but like for the smaller stuff, you could lower the scale. In that way, you could save up, memory on your model, so it won't be too heavy and it won't lag or whatever. I put 100% on everything because my art is simple. But once you save it to your texture atlas, then you go ahead and go to export as video. No, export runtime, MCO3. Okay. Then make sure you set it to whatever the version is. The settings will be by default. You want to have the 4096 px, the pixels, and export, and then that's it. Then you could click on it, save it to your VTube Studio model, right? So when you go to your Steam folder, then you want to go to, I think it's common. Then hang on, let me see. Let me see. Okay, so go to your program, go to your Steam folder, Steam app, common, VTube Studio data, streaming assets, live 2D models, and that's where your live 2D models are going to be. You want to create a folder in there. So I guess I get Arifu 2.0 underscore VTS, right? And then you put, that's where you're going to be saving your stuff. So that when you go to VTube Studio, your model will show on the bottom when you import it. And so on. And get a message. Okay. Yeah, you want to save it to your VTube Studio and whatnot, which is again not showing for whatever reason, but get the picture. But it will show on the bottom where the model is. Just import it, and then you go into your parameter settings, and then yeah, you go ahead and do that. You get the picture though. That was just concept art. I'll be cleaning up in the final. Well, even in the final, it looks complicated. Jesus Christ. I was trying to, I made an art about yesterday morning about me not sleeping. I posted it in Discord. My God. Mine is a simple art. When I was looking at your picture, it took me like it took me like almost 2 hours to draw your model. Like what in the, like what the hell is that hair? it's hard to see the lining. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah. Well, whenever you finish your concept, that those are the steps I recommend for you to do. So draw it, save it, PSD, bring it to Live 2D, flip everything on the, well, my workspace is on this side, the right hand side. Organize the layering, which is on top of which other. Don't worry about like the warp deformer type things. That's not gonna matter. Just everything else, the art itself, what belongs on top of what. Over here, you want to group everything into the layers, into the warp deformers. Then you go ahead, set your parameters, rig the model. After you rig your model, go into your physics settings, adjust the physics, come back, then go ahead and test out your rigging, and then go back and forth between physics settings and your parameters to see how it's going to look in real time. And after you do that, export it to Live 2D. Well, generate the texture atlas, export it to Live 2D, see how everything is. If it's, you got your opacities, everything is like 1-to-1, your head's not flying all over the place, it's moving smooth, then go back into Live 2D from VTube Studio. Go to VTube Studio, then go back to Live 2D. Then, well, actually, no, go back to Clip Studio. You have your model there moving around. Merge your layers back into Live 2D in your new PSD. Copy and paste. Bring it to the warp deformer side. Then go ahead, set the groups again. Group everything back up. Re-export it. Well, generate your texture atlas again. Then re-export it back to Live 2D. Then you test to see it again. And then hopefully that will be the first and last time you ever have to do such complicated stuff. Enjoying the hair, I just do a shiller it. Don't stress about the details. Jesus Christ. Me, thank God I'm simple. Oh my God. Mine is just a white color. Then I just shaded it with the airbrush. And then the white is just another marker straight across. And that's it. But don't go too crazy though when it comes to separating your hair. Try to group as many of them as possible. Don't do every individual strand because then you'll never finish your model. And that's about it. That's it. That's the wrap. Azafel wrap over on how to work on your model. Probably just 13 layers on the hair. Yeah, that's about basically all you really need. I believe, right? Yeah, pretty much. And the back hair is just shading, all things considered. I mean, you kind of don't really have back hair, but in the off chance that you do, it's really just shading. And whatever little movement you want to do. But yeah, that is the Azafel wrap. The Azafel wrap on how to make your model is over and done. And that is how I live duty. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Thank you. No problem. Again, if anything, you just let me know and I'll try and walk you through it. But hang on. I close some of the windows. Should have played music, but whatever. Close Clip Studio. Nope. Do not save. And VTube Studio. Okay. I'll take it as payment for destroying my ears. Well, I'm still gonna destroy your ears, so no need to worry. No need to worry. But yeah. So, any questions? Since we're still in Clip Studio, not Clip Studio, since we're still in Live 2D. Nope. Alright. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Now let's get rid of no capture. Oh, yes. There we go. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. In that case, what should we do today? Oh, I did a tutorial. What else could I talk about? Let's first change the title back to just chatting. Just chatting. Fun. A little game. My mind, my brain is still partially fried from Elden Ring, but okay. Let's see. Let me open up library. No Monster Hunter. Yu-Gi-Oh got buffs patches. Marvel Rivals I'm gonna have to update. I could do I guess I'll go into Elden Ring. Yeah, alright. I'll go into Elden Ring. I could try another game. I don't know what else to play. My brain is still like the gear cogs are still they're rusting. I think I might just go into Elden Ring. All things considered. And go through the dungeon. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, let's go into Elden Ring. Bale did you good, huh? Well, yeah, Bale did me good. And also, I didn't sleep. I stayed up like literally 27 so hours. I went to bed right after I drew the picture. But I'm refreshed today. Still a little slow, but we can do Elden Ring. We'll do a little bit. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours? Okay, yeah. We can do Elden Ring for like about an hour. Maybe like an hour and a half. So let's start the game. Let's close like 2D. Yeah, you're crazy. It's 27 hours, what the hell? Yes, I used to be quite the night owl. Just my headphones. Let's go. Let's close Clip Studio, close Live 2D. Tab out of Elden Ring for a second. OBS. Go to gaming. Elden Ring. There's a white screen. Blinding white. Window capture delete. I have to do it for VNet 2. Let's do that later during gaming. Hang on a second. Let's change title once again. Elden Ring. Let me open up Notepad. Open up Notepad. And should be 22, right? I think I did 21 last night. Control copy. Control V. Elden Ring, first playthrough, no fragments, believe in magic, 22. And live stream 528. So do copy. Control V. 528. Tags. Tags here. The Elden Ring. Shadow of the Erd. Shadow of the Erdtree. Shadow of the Erdtree. A tag. Done. I'm going to YouTube. Edit. And Control copy. Control V. Get rid of challenge. No fragments. 528 or 22. Gaming. Elden Ring. And Shadow of the Erdtree. Change thumbnail. Jesus Christ. YouTube requires you to do so much things for live streaming. Where's my Elden Ring folder? Recording. Elden Ring. Erdtree thumbnail. No automatic tags are fine. Save. Okay. Well, I don't even want to attempt those streaming. I understand the appeal. Because I used to do no commentary walkthroughs. I find those are pretty enjoyable. At least for me. I would literally watch them for hours on end about games. And it doubles because, games are expensive and I'm not very rich. So usually I try to look at it to test to see a game before I buy it. And then, oftentimes there are moments where switch outfits. There are moments where like I get so lost into the playthrough or the walkthrough that I just watch the entirety of the game. Even though sometimes I'm an idiot and buy the game later, even though I just saw it. But yeah. Gotta change the build. Get rid of this. If I remember, I had to parry this guy. Yeah. And memorize. Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah. I find it's more... We're at the beginning. I find it's more... I don't know. More consumer friendly, I guess. Rather than... Because, there are some games out there that are like... subscription or beta or whatever. Basically, I already know the plot of the game. Watching the game instead of playing. Yeah. Well, I also do, I think there was one dude, right? Yeah. I also do... Cool. When I watch a game, there are moments where, like, you know, some people don't play as well as you want them to play. Or, like, do all the stuff you want them to do. So I do look at other videos. For, like, lore. Like, individual videos for lore. And learn about the game that way. I think there was a guy around the corner, right? Yeah. But I'm a lore guy. Like, if you were to ask me, what do I look for in a game? It's literally, for me, the lore of the game comes first, the gameplay comes second, and the graphics is pretty much third. Right? Because if the story is not good enough for me to keep playing the game, then there's no need for me to play the game. Versus, like, you know... like fighting games or whatever. Or like shooters or whatever, because, you know, they don't really have lore, so at that point, it's really gameplay. But that's my order, right? Lore, gameplay, graphic. And if it's a fighting, then it's gameplay, lore, and graphic. Shit, forgot about this guy. Damn it. My timing is off. What is that? It looks like 2 seconds. But yeah, that's basically how I judge games. And obviously I don't play everything, right? So whatever is new, I basically do that. Watch it on YouTube first. I just let him die. Yep. I'm like really picky with my games unless it's pretty cheap, yeah. I don't. And it's sad too that, you know, I have that feeling or that I feel that way. Because for me, gaming is like, you know, not like, well, obviously it's not like what it used to be. How, you know, things are made. Let me time that. I'm not even sure if I can select that. Also, earlier, good thing messed my stream. It wasn't turned on. It would have been funny though. I was hoping for like when they broke into the window the first time, no, the last time, and you didn't notice. I was like, damn, he's coming in from the back, but like you just let him go there. I was gonna black out the screen when you were screaming. Okay, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't block it. Okay. I thought I could block it, but it's not magic, it seems. But yeah, when you were screaming like an idiot. There was nothing over here, actually. It was this way. But it was fun. You should do it again. Play some more horror games. This dungeon is a melee nightmare. Yeah, I know. I will if you will too. Alright then. I don't mind. But yeah. Shortly after you left, because this is the last thing I did, I made it to the bottom. Super long ass dungeon. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. But I made it to the Death Knight. It's basically the same shit as the Crucible Knight or whatever. The problem is though that I kept dying to his little spin to win lightning thing. Is there anyone down there? No, there wasn't, right? I know there's a thing over there. But yeah, I kept dying to this little spin to win thing. That for whatever reason I just can't dodge. I tried jumping, I tried rolling behind them. But as you know, the camera fucks me up a lot, so. But he's easy. I think going forward, I think this is just gonna be my build though. So I'm gonna have the moon always. Because I thought this was like the base game. Where like... where it was like, you know, you have to go back to the top where the grace is. But it's not like that. So... no. Oh yeah, I'll play some horror games. I don't mind. There's nothing over there besides the gremlin. And there's this thing. I wonder if I could just run and ignore all of this. Oh, and there's this thing there. You'll be waiting. But I'll find out what's good. 'Cause, you know what? Let me see what's down here. Also, do I have enhanced broadcasting for Twitch streaming? I don't think so. Why? It basically enables streaming in different resolutions? No. The only thing I do... I think my Twitch settings are a default, I believe. So if anything... Oh shit, it's multiple. If anything, the only thing I try to do is try to set the latency and try to make it, you know, as one-to-one to the stream as possible. And that way I can engage with you guys and not have to like... And not have to like worry about delays. Because I want to have a good balance between talking to you guys and playing the game. More so talking to you guys than the game. Yeah. No, I have it set to normal latency. So, I'm not sure exactly which is the one. I read on, like, Reddit and stuff. What do you mean for yours? No, but even so, though. Because sometimes I have those issues where you think you're lagging, but it's really me. Because there are times where I get like not enough memory. So I bought a new RAM stick for my PC. I need to buy one more so I can try and see if... What the fuck? What the... Where the fuck did you come from? But, yeah, I have... But, I love that laugh, oh my god. But yeah, I bought some RAM stick for my PC. I need to buy one more so I can have 4. And that way, that'll probably help with the memory issue that I have. I don't think I have commands. I have to set it. Or at least I don't know how to set it. You can teach me that on stream. Man, what in the fuck? Yeah, I should also set. Yeah, I have 3 RAM sticks now. I had 4. I bought 2, like a pack. That cost me well over $108. The only difference is that they weren't RGB. Because the ones that came with my PC, I have a Corsair Vengeance. So those are RGB RAM sticks. And I bought two that were not, but it's the same one. And my PC couldn't boot. So I don't know. It was strange. So now I got like the exact same one, and we'll see when I get the last one. RGB equals performance, obviously, yeah, but still, I thought it would work, but I thought wrong. It's been forever since well, actually, no. I've never built a PC. I built a laptop. And my last laptop was my Asus ROG. A tank of a laptop, the G7 series. Probably the difference in RAM speed. No, it had the same specs, everything. The only difference is that it wasn't RGB. It was just a base stick. But everything else was the same. It's probably a difference in RAM speed or memory rank. Probably the memory rank. But again, because I made sure to look it up on the PC. So my PC didn't come with an instruction manual. Since I got it from Amazon. Obviously, brand new and everything, but I looked it up on in the task manager and in the about for the PC. And I have everything. Everything's the exact same. So I really don't know, but in any case, now I have a 1-to-1. So when I get the fourth one, hopefully I won't have any problems. Because if I do, then it's probably something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I have to program it or something. The motherboard also... Well, it's compatible with it though. Since the more RAM sticks you need... The more RAM sticks you have, the more unstable. I guess. But it should be able to handle it. Because it was already... The channels for the RAM sticks were already... This thing is coming up behind me. Were already set and programmed to handle four sticks. But I'll look at it later. No. Yeah, it's not working. You gotta get me in a different type of focus if you want to do that. Okay, and that thing was up. But yeah, I'll look it up. And we'll see from there. Okay, so this is it. climb. Yeah, I'll look at it and see. Because I want to get that solved as quickly as possible. Because it's really... I think it's mainly on the YouTube side. Since Twitch only really... you only really need like... What is it? 6,000 for the bitrate. And YouTube is about like 6,800. So 12,800 in total. And my PC can handle it. But sometimes... You know, YouTube kind of... gives me issues. Whereas Twitch is like once in a while. You just do 6,500? I'll try that. I'll definitely try that. Because maybe that'll work for me. Because there's that. There's the actual stream itself, and then... There's the actual stream itself, and then there's the recording. So, the recording also... Yeah, I fixed it now, but I had to save the recording in like a higher bitrate. So a lot of things going on. YouTube can do like 10K, but if you compensate with like 7K using H.265 or AV1... Oh, really? I use... I think... What is it? The NVIDIA 264 or something? It's supposed to be utilizing my graphics card, which is what it's made for, because I have a 47 Ti. So I should be able to handle all of that crap, but, you know. That's the NVEC, yeah. Then good, yeah. So it's supposed to be utilizing my graphics card, but I don't understand sometimes why it gives me that problem. I mean, it's also my connection as well. There are some times where my connection will go wacky. But I'm using an Ethernet cable, so sometimes that's like not so often. So, you know, sometimes I just get Twitch and YouTube. So, try my best. So I'm hoping that once I get the final RAM stick, you know, provided it goes on sale again, so I don't want to pay full price plus the tariff and whatever. Then that would help alleviate the issue with that. Is there anything underneath here? Instant death. I think I lost all my runes, but I don't care. Get Kristoff. I should be fine. Get him, Kristoff. Like Starlight. I like Terra Magica. To Moon. I didn't apply Terra Magica. Bad parry. Not working. You gotta get me in a different type of focus. Ah, it's this. No, it wasn't this. It wasn't that. That kills me. That keeps killing me. It's the spinning one. Where he does like 2 sets of spins. And then the second spin. Sometimes with the camera angle, it's hard to avoid it. Get Krista. Increase my sorcery. Hide. Make life easy for Kristoff. That way. He's knocked down, okay, perfect. Quick heal. It's not under debuff. Terra Magica. Shield. Fuck, he's coming at me. He's coming at me! Ah, kill him! Kill him! Yeah! Took him with me. See, that's what you can do with magic. Revenge from death. Nothing else over here. What did we get that was new? The Amber Medallion, Death Knight Twin Axes. So that was that. More health, I should use it. Did I? I mean... by the utmost. I mean, it's only a little bit. I think that's negligible. Stamina, I'm putting, well, I'm gonna level up. But I'm putting some in endurance. So I want to wield heavier armor a bit. Yes. Where the fuck? Oh shit. Get the fuck out of here. No bears. No bears. What a tarot talisman, yeah. Wait, hang on, I forgot. How many talismans can you wear? Is it only 4? Or can you go higher? Only 4? I would have loved the extra talisman. So you know what? I might just cut down on my spells. And get rid of this, the Noxtella. Kinda don't want to though, but if I have to, then I have to. Since I have to run a very specific build for no fragment challenge. Here. Check it out. Oh yeah, and I have to I have to get your moan. I think I'll do it when I edit the videos. I edit and post them. I'll go and see if I can go back to my previous videos with Egon moaning and screaming. Here. This is a trap, isn't it? Anyone picking up? Okay. No one here. Spell Drake Talisman. This should be up here, right? Lulu is streaming. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Oh yeah, she is streaming. Infinity Nikki. Alright. What are we on? 2 hours and 42? Alright. Alright. Hang on a second. She's in high school. Alright, hang on a second. Let's go in that. Let's go to. Wait. Where is she? Wait. No. Wait. How do I raid? Community? No. Go back. Go back to chat. How do I raid? Teach me. Teach me how to raid. Oh my god. I'm looking at the infinite dimension. Stream manager. Okay. Okay. Let's get out of the infinite dimension. Oh my goodness. back to gaming. Go to here. I guess creator dashboard. Stream manager. Okay, stream manager, and then what? Oh, I see it. Raid channel. Where could I search? Okay, right here. Okay, we're gonna rate her. Are you ready? Are you ready? We're rating her. We're gonna rate her in 3, 2, 1. Let me exit out. It's loading. Is it loading? Is it working? Did it rate? Where is the countdown? Oh my god. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it? You rated? Are we successful? Yeah, there it goes. Okay, let's end our stream. Let's end our stream and watch hers. So, duplicate.